weekend anyway. First thing I want to say is congratulations to my good friend Tony Hobson with Fort Hays State. I mean, he does a great job. He's been a great coach for a lot of years, and he just got the Hays job a couple years ago, and he's going to do great things out there. But I think tonight was something we obviously needed. That's why we don't do two scrimmages and, just one and then one live, because we just absolutely tonight did things that we haven't done all fall. There was a lot of panic in our game tonight, a lot of rush in our game tonight. There was no rhythm tonight offensively, and I think it's great. We're going to watch. The best thing is we won, and we get to watch a lot of tape and get ready for a very good Rice team on Sunday. So we can learn a lot from this, and we can only get better. Well, I hoped it wouldn't be this close, but I didn't know what to expect. We didn't. This will be the only game all year that we won't scout somebody, and we didn't give the kids any kind of game plan of what they're going to do. And sometimes when you play a Division II school, they're tough matchups because they'll put 4 guards out there or 5 people out and run a 5-out motion like they did, and they executed very, very well and had our bigs away from the basket quite a bit. And I think like I said, you just see it all across the country in these games. There's a lot of close games this time of year.
Tell me how a lot of the freshman girls got to see the floor tonight. Tell me what you saw in their play tonight.
Oh, I saw a bunch of freshmen tonight. I did. I just saw a lot of freshmen panic tonight, and that's okay. That's what they probably should do at this point in time. They're going to be fine. I love all 5 of my freshmen, and all 5 of them are going to have a chance to help us this year. And I think this was an eye-opener tonight on just the experience that they're going to face. I don't care how old you are when it's a freshman versus a senior. There's an advantage there. I don't care what level it is, and sometimes those seniors look at those young freshmen and think they can take advantage of them all night long. So, again, we're going to be able to show them on tape what they did wrong tonight. But I love all 5 of them. They're going to be fine.
Talk a little bit about the importance of the preseason and these exhibition games going forward?
Well, I think it's just important to get people in the stands, and that was good tonight. And hearing the people cheer for you, and not getting to where you don't want to let the home crowd down, and figuring out how to play when people are in the stands and the officials are on the floor and the band's playing, and it's you wish you could play probably 5 or 6 of these, to be honest with you, but it's for real on Sunday. So we learned from this tonight. What you saw at the end is I just kind of went with what we call a veteran group right now, and I think it was maybe 4 sophomores and a junior or something like that. It's still a pretty young team to try to win that ball game. So again, I wish we could do a few more of these, to be honest with you.
At the end, those veterans really did step up.
They did. They did.
When the shots weren't necessarily falling in the second half. Can you just kind of talk about your defense tonight?
Well, I didn't think the defense was terrible. We always set a goal to try to keep a team around 50, and we hoped we could have done a little bit better than that tonight. They had some really nice shots. He's got some good players, but I think any time that you take your leading scorer out of it, okay, Tony Young is out right now. Well, that makes people who understood the role different players now. Now they got to be a go-to person instead of someone that feeds off Tony, that watches her go get her 20 points and her 15 rebounds, and I can relax now and I can shoot a 3, or I can go get a rebound, or I can do something. And so I thought that's maybe the biggest thing tonight is learning how to play without Tony. Tony is, and I might as well just say it right now, Tony's suspended for the first 3 games of our year coming up here. So I know if someone's going to ask me when she's back. Well, she could play right now, but she will be suspended the first 3 games, just violation of team policy.
So the next 3 games?
She'll be out.
4 including tonight, then?
Yes. Really, actually 5 with the scrimmage. I kept her out of the scrimmage, too, so it was actually 5 contests.
And you said it's violation of team
Policy, yes. Tony's a good kid. Tony's going to be fine. I just need Tony to grow up a little bit and make better decisions. But she's a good kid down deep. She'll be fine.
So talk about a little bit those other go-to players tonight, maybe Lindsay Keller in the second half, and Tiffany, although she wasn't shooting well, she was doing other things like passing
Yeah, I think Tiff will be the first one to tell you she didn't have a good night, you know, and not she wasn't the kid that finished it last year and how strong she finished with whatever 21 against A&M, 21 against Texas. You know, I thought she was a little out of rhythm tonight. But the thing about Tiffany, she never quits. She works so hard. She's going to be fine. I'm not worried about her one bit. You know, Lindsay obviously hit a big shot at the end. I thought Suttles kind of found a, you know, at the end of the night you look at it and Kendra had 12 and Vicky had 12 and Lindsay had 14 and Tiff ends up making the big play, and there's your veterans that came through and won the game. So they're disappointed down in the locker room right now. They know they didn't play as how they've been practicing, but they will be very anxious to get on the floor tomorrow.
What are your expectations going into Rice this weekend?
Well, just get better, you know, and we expect to win every home game. That's we are at a point with this program now that we should expect to win every home game. So that's our first true test of coming out and defending the home floor. We're going to have to play a whole lot better. They're well coached, and like I said, they got a good team coming in here Sunday.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.